Rainbows rising. This is your host, Rainbow Raaja, and I'd like to welcome you on this beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you for joining me here. So, today's topic is the struggles of pursuing your spiritual goals. We all talk about how beautiful it is to find spiritual awakening and how glorious it is to have these powers, abilities, and gifts, and how cool it is and how beautiful we look on Instagram. But the truth is true spiritual awakening is very difficult, very hard to go through. A lot of sleepless nights. There are a lot of battles that you have to fight. We're not talking, fighting with other people about beliefs. No. We're talking about the internal struggles of pursuing your beliefs. Now, when I first started to explore spirituality, it was really hard because I would share with friends, with my family, some of the ideas and the concepts that I was coming up with while sitting under the stars at 4 a.m. in the morning. I spent a lot of time by myself. I spent a lot of time really contemplating my position in this universe and what my significance is here and whether I had any significance whatsoever. And when synchronicities would happen, when I would ask questions to the universe and things would just fall into place and certain messages repeated in my life, I began to really do a lot of soul searching, and my discoveries were not so well received by family and friends, and it was really hard. It really made me question my sanity. It really made me question whether or not this path was the right path for me, because I didn't know if it was real. I mean, going into it, wondering if there are forces outside of yourself kind of dictating your path in life seemed to be terrifying in and of itself. Questioning whether there were beings beyond human beings, questioning whether there was a God, if there wasn't a God, if the other gods were real, if there is one God, whether or not the universe is omnipresent and conscious, and all kinds of things, and like sharing those ideas to get them out and then not being well received and being told that you're crazy was really disheartening. And I can only imagine what some of you have experienced sharing your ideas, your beliefs, your epiphanies that you had at 4 a.m. underneath the stars or quietly sitting in your room contemplating your place in the universe. And I just want to let all of the listeners know that you are not crazy. Your ideas are not out there, and that you are so brave for even exploring those ideas, those concepts, those beliefs to begin with. And I want to give you a pat on the back and a nice big hug for having the courage to share those ideas with other people, to open up to other people about something that you were exploring. And I want to talk about how not just sharing those ideas is a struggle, but pursuing them. It's one thing to have the idea that aliens might exist, and it's a whole nother story to go wandering out into the dark night, stand in an open field, and speak to the sky. I'm telling you, there are some dedicated individuals out there, you know who you are, who have gone to great lengths to figure out if your beliefs are true. You have gone to great lengths to discern what is real. And some of those experiments may have fallen quite short to your expectations. And I'm hoping that you went back out the next night and tried again, because with practice, with persistence, we do get results. And the real struggle is fighting the urge to quit, fighting your own self-criticism, your own, the piece of you that just wants to say, you are so crazy right now. Like, you need to pack your stuff up, go back home and get some good rest. And I can tell you, like, there have been so many times that I was sitting under the stars meditating or talking to the stars out loud, not in my head. And I just remember thinking to myself, I must be insane. The stars can't hear me. But I know somehow, some way, something responded, because I got synchronicities. I got answers for those questions, those hours of discussing with the ether about my life and who I was and questioning everything. And I got answers. I got shown the path. And I just want to encourage you all not to give up, not to doubt yourselves, that you are brave, that your ideas are valid, and that if you feel deeply in your core that something is true for you, pursue it, explore it. Don't go jumping off a building if you think you can fly, though. Please do not do that. Be safe, be smart. But besides just the fundamental, oh, I have a belief, I want to share it, and the inner doubt, some other things about the pursuit of enlightenment and the pursuit of finding yourself, spiritually speaking, can be really painstaking, in the sense that you really are just wandering around in the dark. A lot of times you're being told by figureheads that there are specific things you must do or you will fail. I have been doing this for 10 years now. I have been practicing everything I can get my hands on. There is no right way. There is your way, and there is their way. All right? Their way may work for you, and your way may work for them. But that's not always true, and it is not exclusive. And I don't want anyone out there to feel lost going into a shamanic class and the teacher is teaching journeying, and you're just not able to connect with the way they are teaching journeying. I teach journeying, and I can tell you there's like so many different ways to journey. You don't have to journey with your eyes closed, laying on a mat on the floor with a specific drum track playing in the background. You can journey dancing. You can journey listening to your own music, like modern music. You can journey in, sitting up with your eyes open, standing up, walking down the street. There is no right way or wrong way, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of right ways, not very many wrong ways. And I just want to really emphasize that, because there are so many teachers, and there are so many teachers who think their way is the only way. And I have taken classes all over the place. And I have talked to people of all different beliefs, all different backgrounds. I've tried everything. I get handfuls of things that work, but I know it works for me, doesn't always work for other people. That's what it's important to like really research what you're looking up. If somebody tells you to ground and they give you a specific way to ground and it doesn't work, look it up online. Talk to other people. There's a lot of people who know how to ground. There's a lot of people who know how to do aura cleansing, crystal healing, whatever. Look into it. do research, try different things. Don't be afraid to explore and to push the boundaries. And if your heart is being like, hey, I don't want to journey laying down, I want to stand up and clap my hands, try it. Do it however you want to do it. The real struggle is not listening to the person you see as a mentor all the time. Like, it's important to listen to them. It's important to be disciplined in following their instruction. But if they're not able to guide you to the correct method that is working for you, you need to guide yourself. You are responsible for your spiritual journey. They are there as kind of a hand holder. They hold your hand. They go, okay, listen, this is the path. You can walk along this path if you want. I'm just here to help you stay on the path, right? If you want to go off the path, you might find something way better than what they are walking you down. You might also find a wolf. So make sure you have, at least a little bit of experience in what you're doing. So that's another thing. The struggles of spiritual awakening, spiritual exploration is opinions of others in the community feeling as if they are the authority in the field. There are people who are wise. There are people who are gifted beyond compare. But you are your own authority. No one can tell you how your body works. You need to discover it yourself. And you need to tweak different things. And it will work for you or it won't. And if you don't like it, don't do it. You don't have to do psychopomp to be a shaman. You don't have to read palms to be a psychic. You don't have to do meditation to be mindful. There's a lot of different things in all these fields, and I want to encourage you guys to step off the beaten path and find what it is you are gravitating towards, what it is that your heart, your soul is yearning for. And don't always listen to everybody else. They don't always know everything. We're all individuals. We all got how many past lives that we can discern from. So that's another part. So we got number 1, your own, your peers and the peer pressure of first discovering your gifts. Number 2, your own self-doubt in discovering your gifts and what you want to explore as a spiritual practice. And number 3 is discernment in who you let guide you and teach you practices in the field. Some other struggles are actual physical things that happen to your body. You might, when you first start doing healing practices on yourself, or start getting healings, or start to learn to do readings, or start to follow your path, things will start to shift. You might start having a different diet, or you might find yourself really struggling with your day job. Relationships that you've had for years and years and years suddenly are dysfunctional, and you just cannot understand why. And you almost are questioning whether or not the steps you're taking to better yourself are actually bettering yourself. And I want to let you know that when you start to align with your soul's purpose, when you are in alignment with your soul's purpose, things that are not helping you get there, things that are not supporting you emotionally, mentally, physically, will start to just not function with you. They become discordant. They do not resonate. You are not in balance with those people. You're in balance with yourself. They are not in balance with you anymore because you're not the same energy as them. You're getting better and they're staying the same. So Don't immediately drop the ball and be like, oh my gosh, my best friend of 25 years hates me now. Take a break. You've been friends for 25 years. You can take a break, trust me. If they're really a good friend, if they're not there for some ulterior motive, they'll be hanging around. They'll be working on themselves. It's probably best you take a break. If that 9-to-5 job isn't fulfilling your heart and soul, get a new job. Find a new career. Maybe you can find something you actually enjoy doing. As harsh as that sounds, it's the absolute truth. If your soul is not happy in certain areas of your life, when you start to pursue spiritual endeavors, you start to find your soul path, those things will drop off like flies. People, environments, work situations. You will even begin to see old trauma come to the surface for healing. You might see, your old ex might just show up out of the blue and be like, hey, and you're kind of like, oh my God, I thought I got rid of that guy. You totally did. Or girl, whatever. You did. You got rid of them. And they're back. Why? Because they can feel the energetic tie that you didn't know you had still is starting to weaken. And they're like, hey, I want to check and make sure that I can still leech off of your energy. That's another struggle, is there's a lot of components to our bodies, our energetic bodies, our physical bodies, our emotional bodies, our spiritual bodies, that you don't become aware of until you start to awaken. So your bodies, all of those different bodies, the layers, the onion layers, will start to be affected because you're changing. And the ripple effect happens starting from the very, very deepest inside of you. It ripples outward. And all those people that have been attached to you, that have been leeching off your energy, that have been so dependent on your emotional reactions to them and their posts and their life and the drama they bring you. Suddenly you're not giving them all that attention and that energy, and they're like, I want it back. I need that. I need that validation for myself. You don't. And we'll talk later about how you can start to protect yourself from people like that. But that is a struggle. It's wondering whether or not, it seems like these things are coming up for like a negative reason. Like, oh, I'm pursuing my spirituality and suddenly these bad things have happened. That must mean that really my spirituality is bad. That's not necessarily true. Not necessarily true. If you start looking into aliens and suddenly like dark figures appear in your room before you go to sleep and they start prodding you with like weird things, that maybe you're not following the right belief system and you like pissed off some entities or something. But like if people are falling out of your life and you're losing your job that was not bringing you happiness, and like people are coming back into your life that were toxic and they're like, hey, wait, what's going on? And they're causing drama to like get you reattached. That just means that you're healing. And all these people are like, wait, no, we need you. We need your dysfunction to help our dysfunction continue. We like the dysfunction. We like the chaos. We want chaos. But you're ready for peace. So let those people fall. Let them fall away. Let them create their whirlwind of chaos elsewhere so that you can find internal peace. So even after step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4, there are still struggles, such as learning these practices, applying them, knitting them together. How do the puzzle pieces fit together? What is this past life that I have a memory of? what were these things when I was a child? What do they mean? These experiences I had when I was young. Why do I have these certain dreams? And trust me, once you start asking those questions, more questions will arise. And you start to go down the rabbit hole, which becomes an exciting adventure in and of itself. And as long as you can keep your positive outlook on this as an adventure, this is a journey, it's time to play. Go explore, go have fun. Like, this is magic. If you've ever wanted to be in a Harry Potter book, you are in it. It's time to go have fun. Don't play with black magic. Stay away from anything that requires any kind of ritualistic thing. I just don't recommend those because the karma involved is not the best. Like, I don't judge. If you want to go do that, that's up to you. That's your path. I've had bad experiences with that, with friends who decide to do that. So, not my personal, like, number one choice. But, you know, I might bring on, you know, a talk, you know, a guest in the future to talk about like voodoo and black magic. Let me know if that's something you guys are interested in listening to or hearing about. I do have a lot of exciting material coming up in the future. So please keep your eyes and ears open for those. And if you know anybody else who is going through an awakening or opening up, you know, let them know about this channel. I'm doing my best to provide you guys some, you know, rich content with, you know, some real hands-on stuff you can do to keep yourselves safe in practicing this stuff, awakening in a healthy, gentle way. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me once again for Rainbows Rising. Thank you. Please tune in tomorrow. And I'm super excited to be able to finally be able to do this for everyone. Yay! Are you ready to ascend to the next level? This is Rainbow Raaja, your spirit guide calling. Please be sure to keep all arms and legs inside your vessel at all times. I'm just here to remind you to take some time today. Support Rainbows Rising podcast. Go. Join the Discord community. Check out the Patreon. Get some stickers, custom tarot cards. Check out the merch. The merch. You know you want to. Go connect with Rainbow Raaja. Maybe even get a session. Who knows? Your support helps make this show possible. And she loves to support you. Help support her too. Once again, this is Rainbow Raaja, your spirit guide, guiding you to your ascension.